And here we are. And
We're
look at
back.
this. Look at it. Hold on. Wait. Are we glitching? Are we smooth?
I think
we're smooth operators. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey!
There we go.
The camera works. We did it. 10
Look
out
at
of
that.
10. Let's go. Brandon Herschel, shout out. Everybody who is joining us. Do you see this right now? The clock just struck 4:01.
Yep.
The banner went up at 4. We are live. Everything's working. I'm back. We're back. Let's go. Air horn.
How'd you get the GoPro there?
So after the many settings and the many tutorials. Now, okay. Full disclaimer right now for the show. I do appreciate everybody's help in wanting to get us going. Do we look good? We look good? Welcome, Jared. Everybody else. You guys can hear us. Okay, mic is hot. We're live. Everything's good. Okay, so here's the situation. If you go onto YouTube or you go onto Google and you're like, hey, I need help with these settings.
Mm-hmm.
Very seldomly, well, first of all, every time there's an update to everything, there's the things change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very seldomly does someone have the exact same computer, the exact same camera, and the exact same settings as I have on this, and they're like, oh, and then we're streaming it to Twitch or we're streaming it to YouTube. This is how you do it. There's thousands of tutorials online, but very seldomly do they all link up perfectly. Shout out to Troy Gregory, welcome home. Also, so anyway, long story short, I downloaded a new version of OBS, had this, changed some settings. I deleted a bunch of stuff on the computer, even though we only use this computer for the show. I still deleted a bunch of stuff just to make sure that we had 470 out of 500 gigabytes available, just so we can not stress out the computer too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're running at 16.8% CPU. Things are getting good. And then also that's why Kyle had a little bit of a confusion last time, because we've got notes here, right here. So the notes are actually also right here. OBS, start streaming.
I wrote
manage.
those.
I know, but I wrote the rest of it. So there's a little extra, right? Manage
I thought
broadcast.
that was just an old note.
Select existing. No.
I thought that was just an old note that you left because they were like...
Yeah. It's and then I also wrote it on here somewhere.
Well, you wrote it me a text message.
And then, but then I also wrote it somewhere else. But ultimately, we were 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't figure out how to do it.
20 minutes for one of the best shows ever.
That was. What time would you say, approximately, would you have placed yourself in the Doghouse Studios to prepare for the show?
10 minutes before.
Do you think 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a Nest Cam right there.
See, I knew that. But I don't think that's nice to say that you're spying on someone.
I wasn't spying.
Bad, yeah.
I wasn't spying on you. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, France time.
Yeah.
And I was kind of
You also didn't send me the wheel that you were supposed to send me.
I know, I was sleepy. It was a long day. I was traveling.
Well.
Then I look at my phone and it was 1:03 a.m., 1:04 a.m., 1:06 a.m. And it was I can't figure this out. Hey, it's not working. Are you awake? And I was uh-oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be easy. I did it before. I knew what to do. Knew what I was talking about. Set it all up.
Slide right in.
Yeah.
4 minutes before the show starts. Uh-oh. But it was a good show, and it worked out. Actually, some of the guys said it was a great show. People said it was a great show.
Yeah, I heard that.
And we still gave stuff away. And to make up for it all, we're going to give away a bunch of extra stuff. Lots of, a handful of Hormesis bands. Long Shots in the house. Got your guys' jersey right here. Greenspan jersey. Long Shots. Great name. And I think that's one of Damien's favorite movies. Long Shots.
Longest Yard?
Longest Yard.
Maybe, yeah.
No, Long Shots also, wasn't it?
I don't know what that is.
The one with that Napoleon Dynamite kid. Anyway, we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Damien's got very interesting choice in movies, and actually we were trying to get him to come on the show, but he will be here. He will be on one of these days. Speaking of Damien, there's a Dum Dum episode 2 video coming out today, and I think it's going to be probably the best one yet. There's Damien. The President Lady is fire. There we go.
Yeah, Long Shot.
Long Shot is so good. Damien Vasquez's top 3 movies. We're going to save that. I'm going to save that for when you get him on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, yeah, anybody who's actually joining us on Instagram, make sure you jump over to YouTube right now. We got 170 viewers right now live. Catch the live show, and we're going to be giving away some Hormesis headbands, talking about the Tiger Wear drip that's right over there that someone mentioned. A handful of other stuff. We're going to be talking about Team USA. The Hall of Icons, which is a project that I've been working on, is underway. Also, we got some big game stuff and Dynasty Paintball stuff to talk about today. So if you're watching us over here on Instagram, jump over to YouTube right now, get on the show, join the fun. Anyway, meantime.
Do you guys like this light better?
Oh, yeah.
Or is this better?
So we've got warm light or cool light. Lighter.
Let us know.
And warmer, darker and cooler. Let's see it. And so, yeah, Dum Dum's video number 2 is coming out today. I haven't seen it yet. I saw Johnny Wins post today, and it looked really good. Ice cold, baby.
Cool as staying.
Cool light. Cool as staying.
I like it better too now.
It's kind of nicer. Yeah.
I think it makes me feel cooler.
It could be. Yeah, it's just it's like any little bit of psychology that we can use.
Yeah.
Also, because the camera's not messed up, I'm also feeling cooler. Yeah. When that thing starts freezing, I start getting really hot. Yeah. Trying to quickly try to put out the fumble.
Brian, there was a preview of it. Oh, are you talking about the show or the lighting? Because we looked at the lighting, but this show involves you guys, so we asked.
Yeah.
We said we got to ask the people what they want.
So I think he might have been the preview.
The preview of the Dum Dums video. Yeah. But either way.
Dum Dum's videos is on. I saw Johnny Wins. I think it's Johnny Newgen is his Instagram handle, and there's a preview on there. It looks pretty good. But honestly, save the preview. Don't even do it. You don't want to you don't even want to know. You don't want any spoilers. Mm-hmm. You don't want any spoilers. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna be really funny. The 3-on-3 blind man.
Yeah, I talked to Dalton yesterday. He said it's way funnier than the first one.
Way funnier than the first one. So they're doing some great stuff. Yeah. And then let's see here. Also, a big shout out to a couple of people here. Patch gave me a shirt. He brought one out in Chicago last week. He said, "Hey, do you need anything?" And from England, and I was like, I'm going straight to Paris. I don't need anything. I'm all good. And he's like, "Oh, I got to bring you something." So here it is. Oh, it's sideways. Never mind. Well, this doesn't look great, but I'm just gonna show it to you sideways. So anyway, it says, "Mommy, Daddy's show is on every Tuesday at 4 p.m. and it's the Spick and Span Show." So sorry, it's sideways. We just can't get everything right here, but it's pretty cute, really funny.
Okay, so that's what that shirt said, because she was just holding the shirt up inside out, and it was white, and she's like, "Look at this."
Yeah,
and I was like,
she's also holding on to a bunch of snacks which we're going to eat today. So thank you to Jesse, Maui Rockstar. You crushed it with the goodie package, the Hawaiian goodie treat package. Although I'm very uninterested to see how these dried shrimp taste, but
can you just go over really quick how someone would upgrade their membership?
I actually have no clue. So there is a way to upgrade the membership. I do believe you have to be on a computer, a desktop. You can't do it from your phone. So if you...
It should be like one of these buttons right here.
Yes, well, there's the join the channel button. And maybe Jared, you could help out, because Jared just upgraded to the Mega Support Status membership. So shout out to Jared. You are now getting a fat air horn. Plus, not to mention, Mega Support Status gifts are going to go out this week. So I just talked to James over at Island Designs. James, thanks for the hat. He's got Young Sloan Support Your Daddy hats that he just made for Camille. It's a corduroy. You see this thing? A corduroy hat.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah. So, got a couple of these things that Camille. It's a little project Camille's doing, because Camille is going to come to World Cup with Young Sloan. So, yeah. She was a little bummed at how dusty the Field 1 booth looked last time she was there. So she's like, "I need to come out there and work that thing for you guys." I said,
wow.
"Okay, well, if you really want to." I don't know why you'd want to work the booth, but bring a bikini. Up those sales. So thanks James for the hat. And thanks, Patch, for the shirt. Thank you, Jesse, for, hopefully. I've eaten a handful of things already. This Hawaiian, something wet in here. I'm gonna pack it something. Hawaiian Hurricane Popcorn, Mochi Crunch, and Nori. This looks interesting. I don't feel that any of this stuff is incredible. Buttery topping. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Macadamia Popcorn Crunch. This is bomb. For sure. I know that.
We need to hit this air horn. We got... Did you get all... We got... Jared upgrading to Mega Support.
Let's go.
Tyler, who
Let's go.
You just got for regular
Just
wheel.
Tyler.
And then we got Derek Weagle.
Wigs!
Just upgraded Mega Support.
Let's go. We figured it out. We did it.
F Belt 16 just upgraded to Mega Support.
I am going to, yep, I see you all
Nathan
right
Lager.
here. See everybody here. Let's put everybody down here.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody for the support. I'm gonna get a Mega Support status wheel going as well, and make sure that we give away a couple headbands today. Give away a couple headbands. So I want to jump. I know I missed Chicago talk, but sounds like we wrapped it up.
Yeah.
The ending of the event. I guess I got all the shine with all the reels and the photos. I loved. Thank you everybody who said verbal and was it Trevor Will, which is the hey Mondays suck, huh, or something like that. I was, I got jinxed bad, because do you remember when I said I'm usually the best at paint management? I'm like a big time stickler. You remember before that match started, I was like, hey guys, make sure you're cycling out the bottom 4 pods if you're not using them. Yeah. So I think I want to say that pod that I used there at the end, I'm nearly positive that I pulled it out and didn't I think it was been in my pack like the whole game. And it was like that back middle spot one that was down here, and I had to kneel down in that spot for so long, because I remember looking at a couple pods towards the end of the day before, or like towards the end of the match. I'm sorry, the match before, and like the top of the lid, all the pods right there were all wet. You could see through them, and all those balls right there were all wet. And I'm like certain that that was what happened. Is just one of those balls, the one that floated through there, because my gun was working the whole time. I was shooting the whole time. I went up to that wedge.
Yeah, because you probably wouldn't have done that if your gun didn't work.
No.
I'm going to go bunker this guy.
I'm going to go bunker this guy.
Even though my gun's not working.
Yeah, otherwise I would have thought it over a little bit more. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, Sean, yeah, we could, I'm sure that we'll get you a headband if you're going to get a Hormesis headband.
For sure, Alex. I'm sure would.
You get a Dynasty. Everybody who's gotten a Dynasty tattoo, you also get a pretty cool Dynasty gift. There are a handful of Dynasty tattoos out there. Hormesis is the same. If you get a Ryan Greenspan signature tattoo, you also get some. Gun? You get some. No, I mean not a paintball gun. I don't have extras of those, unfortunately. But you do get some cool stuff. Okay, we'll figure something out. We'll work something out here. And so and the paintball being jammed, no, it's not a pit crew fault. It's a fault of my own. I should have been cycling through the pods there at the end. But I literally, as I was walking off, I lifted it up, and I just see that sucker like this big in there. And I was like, shook it out.
I'd say it's fair. We could blame it on the weather. It was the weather's fault.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weather. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Shouldn't have rained.
Thanks, Al. Shouldn't have rained. Should have never rained in the first place.
Yeah.
If you ask me, right?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Good thing we're all on the same page. Downloaded. Okay. Let's get this new list going here. Booyah. Booyah. All right. And then,
what else? So let's talk about
Paris.
Yeah.
Dude, Team USA. Well, congrats to Marcelo and the kids. Dude, those kids are so good. They were like so much better than everybody else.
Well, yeah, they got a couple pros. And...
I wanted one of them. So I would give the MVP of Sunday to Brandon Trujillo.
Okay.
For sure. I watched both sides. I watched the Snake side and the Dorito side for the entirety. I think Ben Sloffer might get overall MVP, but finals day MVP goes to Brandon. Brandon Trujillo was lights out on that Dorito side. He rarely ever got shot. Like, he never lost a gunfight, any of that stuff, and he was like just dicing people.
Dang.
Then the U16 team, which was made up of two of the kids that played on the U16, Will and Colton, both also played on the U19. So did Anthony Aguilar. But Will and Colton started, and Colton actually started in the finals and the overtime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so Colton played really well, but the U16 kids, it was like unfair. I don't think they lost a point.
The U19 or 16?
No, the 16s.
Oh.
So it was Will Newberry, Colton, Evan, McCarty.
Oh, yeah, they only lost 1 point.
They lost 1 point, the U16 teams. And
to Germany, who they played in the finals.
It was like, I watched their games, and it was like a clinic.
Decimation.
It was a clinic that they were putting on that side. It was really funny. So congrats to the U16 kids. The U19 kids did have a couple of hurdles here and there, and then they played Norway in the finals.
Okay.
And it came down to overtime.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they put it on them. Now, the U19 kids do need a little bit of lesson in humility.
I saw a video.
Yeah, them all swarming that last kid.
Yeah. What was that
They were
about?
a little mean. They got a handful of warnings, and then they also played the D3, and they just mopped everybody up in D3. They're smashing.
Oh, just regular
D3. If you can find D3 X Ball, yeah, Freedom and Independence.
Oh, wow.
Named after Armageddon. Yeah, 4040. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, they were crushing people. It was bad. So congrats to those guys. They played really, really, really well. Really great ball. Ben on the Snake side played incredibly well, but so did Marcus, who filled in especially on the Freedom and Independence line. He started out there. He played really well. Chip played awesome. I mean, I can't even give enough props to all those kids and how well they played. And as a matter of fact, we were trying to pick up Ben to play on the pro men's line because we needed more Snake offense. That was our problem, and that was the same thing with the men's, the veterans as well. Is our Snake offense was a little light. We also, the veteran other teams that we're playing against, they were dicing people up off the break. They were shooting us. The Polish team shot us every single time going wide on the Dorito side. So it was tricky, man. It was a lot more tricky than I had expected, for sure. And so yeah, that was tough. I thought it was gonna be, we were just gonna smash everybody on the over 40s for sure, the veterans. But yeah, we lost 4-2. Lost the first point. I kind of slid out of bounds at the end, even though I watched a million games throughout the weekend and everybody was going wide and running out of bounds. And then got dinked a couple times, won a bunch of, we won a couple points here and there, and it was just, I don't know, we just couldn't get it going, and we just couldn't close either. It was we struggled. I got to play with Mark Johnson. I got to play with Ryan Podesta, Royce Lee Kwai from Hawaii. I played with Shane Howe as our number one on the Snake, and then Corey Field. Corey Field's money, dude. That was so Quinn, who was complaining that Corey made the All-Star lineup. I can give you with confidence.
And I had Corey's back in that.
Yeah, with confidence. Now, I've only ever played against Corey.
Yeah.
Right? So he's kind of a pain in the ass towards the end of the game, right? But I've never played alongside of him enough to where, like, I was able to talk. Like, he talks more than Marcelo does. Like, louder. Even Marcelo got a little mad that I said that I think he's louder than you. But at least right there, he's filled with, he really did a good job controlling every single point in the game, and he got a ton of kills off the break. We were playing 2 pods, which was a little tricky there at the end. And then...
Is the mic quiet? You can take a look at the...
Yeah, I can turn it up. Let's turn it up.
I think it's... Actually,
How about now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. We can also just move this thing kind of closer. How about right here? Sure. How's that sound? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check. Yeah, limited paint was interesting. I guess I'd played the M500 a couple times. So the way that it works in the pro side of things and normal X ball, not the Nations Cup, is you get 4 pods, and then in the Nations Cup games you get 2 pods. Mm-hmm. So it was a little different, but it was cool. I mean, I kind of liked it. It slows. The game isn't as fast, but that field that we played on was really fast. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, I got in a little bit of a. There was a little bit of a. I would call it an argument with how the men's finals ended up, and let's see, we won. Let's see, we won the first 2 points against Great Britain. Sorry, this is the semifinals. We won the first 2 points against Great Britain. We smashed everybody else going up to there. You know, the men's teams. Yeah, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, and 4-0. Great Britain did a really good. Those kids play really well, but they have like 1 speed. They go really fast. And it's made up a bunch of the lucky 15 guys. So we were up 2-0 against Great Britain. Then they scored a point, and then there was about a minute and a half, and then our game plan was to like kind of go in there and cross it up, which I hate to do. One of the kids comes streaking through the middle. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he got shot a handful of times before he bunkered Blake, and then ran by and pulled up and shot me out of the back center. And
then just ran off.
Yeah, and they just ran off. And then they came streaming down both sides. So then we take it to overtime. All right? We shoot 2 of them off the break, but we lose 2 guys quickly. We lose Marcelo out of the back center. We lose Steven out of the God bunker. So it's a 3-on-3. They make it out to the corner, the snake corner, and Blake doesn't see it. The guy wraps and shoots Blake. So now it's 3-on-2. Me and Greg Sewers. I run up from the back center over and dive into the snake, and no one saw. I go right up to snake 1, and the guy in the snake corner is like wrapped. I'm like right here. He's wrapped like this, big. I roll out, roast him. I call the kill. I get up, and now I see 2 more guys coming down the side, and like we lock eyes, and I shoot at one of the guys because they had just shot Greg. Mm-hmm. So I shoot at him, and then his other buddy kind of comes into this Dorito. So I'm like, I'm gonna go around and kind of like get behind him and try to cause some commotion.
Yeah.
I come around the corner, and there's a kid laying in the snake, and just destroys me. And I'm like, dude, how was I off on the count?
Yeah.
That was so weird. Where the fuck did this kid come from?
Yeah. Snake corner guy.
And I'm looking around, and I look back at him, and he's got a huge hit right in his knuckle. And I'm like, oh, and then they hit the buzzer, like, game over, Britain. He's like,
yeah.
And I go, hey, he's got a hit in his hand. Like, look, it's right there.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And he's like, I'm like, just go look at his knuckle. Like it was, when a ball hits you perfectly and there's like a perfect circle.
Yeah.
And then there's paint on both of his knuckles. And he's holding his gun. He's like doing this. I'm like, look, it's right there on his knuckle. And they're like, dead man don't talk. I'm like, game's over.
Yeah.
That only works if like the game is on. But when the game is over, I can say whatever I want. So I'm pointing at him and I go, hey, why isn't he? Hey, check underneath his hand. Check under his hand because he's just doing this. He's doing this. I'm like, tell him to take his gun out of his left hand.
Yeah.
And look, there's a ball mark right here, and I guarantee you there's paint underneath his hand. He's trying to do this, and he doesn't want to and I'm like, just ask him to take his hand off. And then the ref grabs his gun and is trying to like pull it out of his hand, but he just keeps doing this and he's holding onto it. They get the gun out of his hand. His grip frame is covered in paint, and his hand is covered in paint. Huge, massive hit. And they're looking at it. I go, dude, the ball hit him right there where that mark is. There's a perfectly circled mark, and then there's paint like on both of his knuckles.
Yeah.
And it went through his fingers, all over his grip frame. Like it was the full paintball was on his grip and gun on the inside of his left hand. I go, let me guess. When I shot at him in this corner, he kept his gun in his left hand. Did he run to the snake with his gun in his left hand, like going this direction, and then try to dive on this, and was holding his gun in his left hand when it should have been in his right? And I'm freaking out right now. I'm like, you guys all saw this. You guys saw this. So it should have been a major.
Yeah.
Like undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And then the refs call it rub. And then I'm like, how on earth would that have been a rub? Like how do you rub paint on the outside of your gun and then put your hand over it? Or like, why is there paint on the inside of your hand and then back onto your grip frame, right? So lo and behold, after I'm just fuming, one of their coaches was super lippy, like, oh, you guys are bad sports and bad. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, I don't care if I lose. Like, I'm not mad at any of the Russians for beating us.
Yeah.
I have no ill will towards anybody who beats us, but when someone cheats really badly.
Yeah.
Gets caught, I would say, red-handed. And then, sorry, I was reading that comment, Memento. And then gets caught, like, what I would say, completely red-handed. And then they have the audacity to be like, yeah, you guys suck to us. You know, it's like, what are you, fucking nuts? So anyway, like, then the kid goes up after the match and tells the refs, like, yeah, you guys missed it. I cheated.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, dude, so I was like, I put something on Twitter. I go, I bet you guys are not gonna guess who I'm rooting for this thing. I was like, so rooting for those lucky 15 guys to win the event, because if they won the event, then they'd have to get thrown into the furnace with us, Impact, and Heat in the final round. Because whoever wins that event, so now the Tauntauns are the 4th team in our bracket for World Cup, because we have that automatic bye.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I was like, please, lucky 15s, like, whatever you do, please win this thing, so we could teach this kid a lesson.
So they got 3rd.
Yeah, they got 3rd, and I think now that means that I think, let me see.
What was it, season rankings? Yeah, so Tauntauns, they won out.
Right, so Tauntauns, I think that they have an opportunity. So now the way it works is the 2nd place team, so Breakout Spot and Gladiatori, both get an opportunity to take the next 2 spots in Camp Carnage. If they don't take it, then it goes down the list.
Oh, okay.
Camp Carnage, Lucky 15s, and then the Raiders. So obviously it's a budget factor to whereas if anybody is and gets thrown into that or not. And then for those of you guys who are talking about the fact that Sergey, when I came up to bunker him, put his gun up in the air, I guess that's not even a rule. Because I talked to Jason about it. I'm like, hey, did he call himself out technically?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, and one of the refs was like, I think he was asking for a check, which obviously is not the case. And I was like, yeah, so how does that work exactly? If you call yourself out, is that kind of like, and then you go back in, is that dead man's walk? So there isn't actually, found this out, there's no way to call yourself out in our league. There's no out signal.
Yeah.
So technically, and I said this, I'm like, I'm not enough of a slime ball to do this, but
dead man walk is a gray area.
You could, if you're like, maybe someone's coming down the tape and you just put your gun up like this and they don't shoot you, you could like walk out like this and then just raise up and shoot everybody.
Or you're like running to the corner and then
slide out.
Or you just like start slowly walking and then act like you're walking over to your pit.
Well, that's the dead man's walk. So the trick is like you got to be able to, if you kind of like get bounced and you go to call yourself out and you're like, oh shit, it bounced, you can just easily go back in. Like you can't. There's no calling yourself out. I realize, and a lot of you guys did look it up in the rules to confirm that, and so that is an interesting situation, because you can't really call yourself out, I guess, allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly. So don't do that, and then maybe don't do it in the final. I don't recommend you do it at all. Like I said, I told Jason and a couple of like you'd have to be a pretty big slime ball to do that, but that's kind of how people who do dead man walks are like they are.
Well, there was, remember that that WC I coach, I think it had been like a year ago now, and I was coaching the Hunters and they're playing the Gummy Bears, and it was like close to overtime point basically, and the guy runs through and bunkers the middle guy clean, and then he kind of like covers up because he thinks he's about to get blasted because there's 4 other people alive, and he does that all the way till he gets to their back center, and then he looks at himself. He's like, oh, I don't have any hit on me, and shoots the rest of the team.
Which is legal beagle.
Yeah. Legal
beagle, as they say. So
got to put extra paint on people.
I guess so, but then if you put extra paint on them, like the U19 kids do, so there's like a little bit of you should always just give everybody 1 extra, just because now that's like a big in the open sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can kind of dead man's walk. People used to do it all the time. Brian Cole used to do it. Ron Kilborn was like the big thing. So because back in the day, you used to have armbands, right? Armbands were pulled off. So what people would do is they would put their tank like kind of like right over their armband, and they'd kind of like walk out like this. And yeah, there you go. Troy Gregory, it happened with him too. Players that get eliminated shall do the following immediately after. Stop playing. Okay.
I think this is an old rule.
What, 10.3.1?
Well, single their elimination by putting one hand on their head?
Yeah, so the hand on their head thing is not mandatory anymore. Remember they tried to make it was mandatory over in Europe for a long time.
Yeah.
So as soon as you got shot, you got to do this. If your hand wasn't on your head, you're immediately out. Blake famously, or maybe infamously, got he got suspended because he was playing like, I don't know, playing Breakout, or he was playing somebody, and he didn't have his hand on his head, so the guy just destroyed him, just ripped him up. Blake's like, dude, what the, you know? And he's like, oh, your hand's on your head. And the ref's like, hand on your head. And Blake's all right. So
I remember
this is another lesson for everybody. So then Blake, the very next point, rolls up and bunkers the guy and is shooting him so much, he's like, put your hand on your head, put your hand on your head, put your hand on your head. And then Blake got in trouble for that. And so this is actually another lesson to the U19 kids, if any of you are listening to this. I did mention to you, I said, listen, you gotta have a little humility and don't overshoot people too much, because there is always going to be a bigger fish, right? There are guys who you do I wouldn't say you do overshoot, but that, well, if they overshoot you, you can easily pay them back. Like every time we play Revo, they overshoot us. They start it, and then we end up coming back, and sometimes it'll fire guys up too. Like that guy overshot Blake, and then Blake was like, okay, you want to play that game? Yeah. Here we go. So just kind of keep that in mind as you guys do overshoot people. It's not a very classy move, and Fatty Skater HD, you missed the whole story, bud.
Oh, AJ, I would have to think back on what my favorite layout is, but some that I could definitely stand out right now was God, what was that one? The Chicago a few years back, I think it was 2018, where you would kind of pass the 50-yard line and go into their side. When I was playing with Ironman, we got second to Russians.
I don't recall that one.
It was Chicago, I think. Well, it was like that. It was like a V snake, and you would go right to the 50, and then if you got to their side, there was a lay down, and you could shoot everyone.
Oh, the leap of faith.
Yeah. I loved that field. Yeah. So that one, and then
yeah, that was a good one.
The layout actually where you guys knocked us out too. I believe it was Atlantic City, where there was Doritos leading up to the snake. There was like 2 or 3 Doritos leading up to the snake, and there was a big fat brick in the back center. So everyone was kind of stacked. I hated
that one.
But it was fun for me because I would get to the snake and the other team wouldn't. And then so I would just crawl down their snake 4 and there'd be 3 people in that big brick.
Oh, we got beat by AC Dallas. AC Dallas was our Achilles heel. Remember that was when B Short was when he was playing with us, but he was like hiding underneath it when they ran back.
In the Dorito.
Yeah, he was like laying underneath it when they went and hung the flag. I didn't like that one. You did have a really good event there.
Yeah, I like
really good event.
Any field that has like a really
strong snake,
fun snake that's mediocrely hard to get into. So sometimes I could just be in there by myself and I'm having a blast.
Yeah, and actually we could talk about that next too. So yeah, Jonas, Norway definitely had a really big following, and in our consolation round, because both the men's and the veterans were playing for third and fourth, we played Poland, and we were trying to switch up the line. It was 3-0. And the buttons didn't work, so we're like trying to call a timeout, but I realized it wasn't going to happen, so I sprinted down to the box, and I started the game as it was a 1-on-5, and then Royce also sprinted down, but he tagged up and still had his barrel condom on, and he was like trying to start, and I ran and shot to the snake corner, and then they were just a little too cocky, and I shot 2 guys, like one guy ran up the center, shot the Dorito guy, came out the tape, shot somebody, and I think Royce got his barrel condom off and traded out with somebody, and it was a 1-on-1 with me and the snake corner guy. And I put him in and ran all the way around to the Dorito side and backdoored him.
No way.
Yeah,
so you started a 1-on-5?
Started a 1-on-5. And over there, if you're not touching, but when the horn blows, so if you're still sprinting out, when the horn blows, you're still allowed to touch.
Yeah.
And then come back out.
Oh, yeah.
And if you shoot your gun, you still are allowed to touch back up. which is kind of weird, which is an interesting kind of rule as well. But yeah, won a 2-on-5, and the guy was like super confused as to why I was on the Dorito side. But that was pretty funny. 2-on-5 was a good one. And I saw someone else's comment here that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Oh, Norway Crab was also calling out positions on the Dorito side. Very possible for that.
Misadventures with Kyle said, Ryan, what's the skill difference between the Euro teams and the US teams?
At the top, the skill level difference, for the top guys isn't a whole lot. The big difference that is the deciding factor between the teams is the fact that they don't have 5 starting caliber guys, right? So if you look like at the Tauntauns, they've got 3 guys that are really good, and 2 or 3 of them could be obviously Axel starting on the second best team in the league, probably one of the best snake players of this year. And then you look at like Kevin Klum, who's also really good in Colombo, have epic snapshots and the gunfighting skills. So those are like the top 3 guys there. And then the next 2 guys aren't really high end, caliber players. So like you're looking at the top 3 teams can definitely give other pro teams a run for their money.
Yeah.
Especially in practices here and there. Like I would say the Tauntauns, if we were to practice them, would probably go 3 for 10 or 4 for 10 maybe if we're just out of practice. Whereas like the next level down, the Lucky 15s or Breakout Spa, lose or win a little bit less each time as they kind of go down that tier. But once you get to the bottom 15 pro teams out there, like the bottom couple of teams, they're D3, D2 caliber, D4 caliber guys. I think Austin Notorious or some of the Paintball Fit guys were out there. They won the tournament. They were smashing on people. I think they won the finals 4-0.
Who was it?
I think they were called San Antonio Notorious.
Yeah,
Austin Notorious.
I saw that.
Yeah. If you look at their scores, I'm pretty sure they went they smashed people. Yeah, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, 5-1, 5-1. Yeah. They lost 2 points the entire day. So I think they're trying to get a pro spot for next year, and that's a great look at they're playing semi-pro over there. They are a bunch of semi-pro guys over here, and Mark Johnson played with them, and they would be a very competitive pro team out there. So I think that's a good way of kind of looking at it and trying to figure out who's who and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So respect the bonus balling. There was a question in here I did want to get, Ryan. If it flies, it dies. Long sleeve. Yeah. TRG Goat. I got it. I will get that thing signed and sent out to you. Actually, I think it's right here. I got it right here. I also got a Ferdinand.
He said
what?
Flies That Die long sleeve made its way to Europe.
Oh, super dope shirt. Oh, okay, cool. Sadly, I'll donate it. My bad. Sorry, there's a Tyler Hamilton had one sent over
here.
Sorry,
TRG. I almost got you a second one there. My bad.
TRG could have been Tyler.
Yeah.
Really goat. Finksburg. Yo, who would you consider the toughest competition team-wise in your paintball career? It changes. Obviously, it ebbs and flows with our team and the team of the hour. Heat was definitely up there. Impact has been our competition for a long time.
Yeah.
AC Dallas for some reason always owned us in that semifinal round. Primo Tally Peppers. We don't need any more Primo Tally Peppers. Please, and thank you. Would you consider toughest competition? Oh, yeah, that's it. Brent mentioned something. I think that the Boyum JC overshooting was quite tasteful and respectful, actually. Like in House of the Dragons, jousting, getting in each other's faces a bit, fired up. Harris. Yeah, okay. So here's how I feel bonus balling should be addressed. And I kind of want to get Alex on the horn for all this too. But
we kind of talked about that last week too.
You did?
About that, situation.
So if you're bonus balling someone maliciously and they can't defend themselves, then it's not cool, right? And maybe there should be a penalty assessed after malicious intent. Obviously, the malicious intent is a very, very, very thin gray area or big gray area, marginal, that you don't know, right? the ref thought you maliciously overshot Archie, famously, in the pack, and that led to us losing the tournament. So when it's up to the ref's discretion, there's a problem. However, when two guys are teeing off on each other, let it ride, man.
Yeah.
Let it ride. Because don't suspend those guys, because that's kind of the exciting thing. And when I heard that New York Extreme isn't allowed to taunt and jump their pods and talk shit on the sidelines, I think that's BS.
Yeah.
Like, let those guys rip, man. That's like the most fun about it. I think it's great.
Not like...
They
Well,
really
besides
don't-
one scenario at Philadelphia, like, I think that all the pro teams would say they actually like those guys.
Wait, what happened in Philly?
There was a little tussle during the handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Tussle
that would be
bustle.
the only reason why you would, that's the only reason behind them trying to do that taunting. Like, tell them to cool down on the taunting, because it's like,
Yeah,
if
maybe.
they feel like that it's provoking other teams.
There he is.
Really?
Really what? What'd I do?
It's going that poorly? You had to call me?
Oh, dude. I just I haven't seen your mug for a while.
I'm in the middle of doing something.
What are you doing?
Watching the Spick and Span Show.
No, I don't even have it on, dude. I'm about to put it on, though.
Hell yeah.
I was actually watching this.
We got a little. What else do we got? Hold on, show me. I'm paying attention.
I was watching this.
I'll get this
Betty Boop, vintage Betty Boop cartoons from the 1932.
Dude, you're a sicko. I know what you're doing.
Look, it's wild, dude. Look at that guy.
Right there.
His teeth fell out.
That's pretty funny. That's what you're watching right now.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yo.
can you believe our show went so well last week that the first thing Ryan did when I came in here was had to highlight how late we started and call me out? Because he just couldn't face that we did the show without him.
Dude. Poor Ryan. It's all right, dude.
Poor me.
Still-
I was
We
excited.
still need you.
Huh?
We still need you, pal.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, don't worry. All right, I'm watching now. I'm going to hit the like button.
All right,
114.
there we go. Yeah, let's hit the like button. How many likes are we at right now?
Listen, dude. Give away some headbands.
Hey,
How about 10? 10
Oh, a bunch of people are
headbands
asking about the
today.
gloves.
yeah,
What
what's
happened
up?
with the gloves?
Gloves are gone.
Okay, so they did drop.
Dude, Camille, look at the light on this. What? Look at those things.
I have a few more pairs of gloves. No, that's cool. Yeah, if the light hits them just right.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few more pairs. The problem is there's sizes, so if you give them away on the show, then you got to figure out what size they want, and it's going to be a whole
No.
schlep. That's up to you.
You give them away, and when they arrive. So yeah, TRG Goat actually won a Flies That Dies, and it didn't fit him. So a disclaimer for everybody who just joined and would like to join soon. Everything that we ship out is one size fits all. Okay, if it doesn't fit you, then you got to bless it up to someone else at the yeah.
Or you can sell it or whatever.
Yeah, you could sell it. You
can
could give it to
trade.
somebody. Maybe you have a kid. Maybe there's a kid at the paintball field who wants one. Dude, these are actually really fresh.
Yeah, they look nice in the light.
Does it look like that to you?
Give
Or
me
is it
the
just screen?
light.
No, just the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look,
Oh, yeah.
look.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you guys can. Is it? Oh wow, it's still that bright back here.
Dude, look at these things. If you are also, because it's winter time, you should get a pair of these when you're running. So if you're
They
running
don't
at
really
night,
look like that when you're outside.
huh?
They don't really look that bright usually. They
No.
can though if it's really sunny and you hit them just right.
Yeah, if you're hitting them, yeah.
So is this false advertising?
Yes.
That is what we call that. Here, we'll dangle it like this.
Listen, dude, you gotta under promise, over deliver.
That's the move. I said that. That was my that's my thing.
Better to ask for forgiveness and permission.
And I like that one
That
too.
too. That
Yeah,
too.
that's a great one. Dude, just fire off.
I forgot.
I actually got in trouble for that recently.
You know, it's funny. Actually,
Sorry.
this reminds me of a story. This reminds me of a story when we were at Sacramento for practice, and Yosh was like, "Hey, I think we have to wash the bunkers," and I was like, "Are you sure?" After Friday's drills, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." And I was like, "What if we just it's that situation where we ask for forgiveness instead of permission, instead of calling Dave right now to see if we have to wash the bunkers. And he said, I don't really like to live my life like that. And I said, all right. And then later on, he grabs, we didn't know who it was at the time, a beer out of the cooler. And I was like, whose are these? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, don't you think we should ask? And he's like, nah, I think we should just drink them. And I was like, so I thought you don't live your life like this. They were Blake's. And he's laughing.
Yep, that's why we call it Doghouse Studios, boys.
Uh-huh.
A lot of forgiveness. A lot of asking for forgiveness. So how was it, dude? How was Paris?
Dude, you missed out, man.
Dark Blue.
Uh-huh. It was I had some great food, surprisingly. You know, usually the food's not that great, but I also had some very bad food and some also very bad service. It was really nice. I stayed at one of those hotels that aren't that nice, you know, you remember those things? Really uncomfortable. There were mosquitoes in my room. I had to change rooms twice.
Oof.
The venue was really nice. The venue was pretty cool. It was about, so when we say Paris, it was an hour and a half outside of Paris. So Kevin Yantosh, actually, which is funny, Sloan has just started watching Ratatouille. And so she knows what Paris is. And I was, the whole time, every time I FaceTimed with her, I wasn't allowed to say I was in Paris. I could only say I was out of town playing paintball. Camille's like, do not say Paris. That's all she wants right now is to go to Paris and see Ratatouille. And then when I told her I was in Paris, because I gave her a little stuffed statue, she was like, I want to go and see the rat.
They actually have that at Disney World now.
What's that? Ratatouille?
There's like a Ratatouille whole deal there.
Is that right?
And there's a fake Paris. Yeah.
Alex, do you
Croissant.
feel bad at all that you didn't go to Paris and then the Masters division couldn't take the win?
No, I think Ryan should feel bad about not coming up and helping me manage my life up here in Northern California.
That is a great answer.
Yeah. So do you feel bad, Ryan?
Yeah, I do all the time. I always feel badly that I'm not out there helping you manage your life, but you know, I've got to keep saving paintball.
You are, dude. You're the king of paintball. I will give you that.
Without me, you'd all be still lost in the woods.
Yep, you'd be. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be playing in the woods.
That's right, dude. Speaking of the woods, do you have your tickets to Clowns vs Zombies yet?
I'm not going to that.
You're high.
I wish I would go to that.
What do you mean? Yes, you're going to that.
Dude, this is a disaster. I'm trying to think about something while I'm talking to you.
Yeah. So Yosh already got your tickets though. So.
He did?
Yeah.
When is it?
October 9th. Weekend.
No, I have to be here. We're doing the Iron Kids movie that weekend here. Sorry.
Oh, really? No, you're doing it the day after.
I practiced that weekend
Yeah.
with
Monday.
Dynasty.
Dude, what the heck?
What the heck, man?
Dunk over here.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Were we calling Alex to ask him a question? About
Oh yeah,
something
about
like-
bonus balling and dead man's walks. First of all, I want to hear your best dead man's walk story, and then I'm walking.
All right, well, I'm walking.
I'm walking.
Who was that?
That
Who
was
was
BC.
that? BC or something?
Yeah. I'm walking.
So, all right. There's two dead man's walks that really stick out to me. One was in Chicago. We were playing on the Hyperball field, and we were playing Avalanche, and we were beating them. It was our very first year of Dynasty in 10-man. And we were beating them, and Lasoya comes, the ref goes in to check him. We were like up 5-on-3 maybe. And the ref goes in to check him, and then he stands up with the ref, and nobody shoots him. And he starts walking around, and he walks right up next to me and shoots me and goes running down. And then I think shoots another guy, and then BC chased him down and beat him like in a one-on-one all the way in the back of the field. And then like Rodney shot LB like at the end of the game. You can see it. It's in one of those old Cap videos. But that was a crazy ass dead man's walk. And then another one was just recently last year at the ICPL in Chicago. I go through and shoot a bunch of guys, and then this dude comes walking down and just ices our whole team. And yeah, shout out to Jason Hansen on the Misfits. Because and that was actually the inception of the Rascal coin. I was like, this guy needs a Rascal coin. So then we made Rascal coins. And I was like super heated. I was like, fuck this guy, you know, like I was like angry. And then afterwards I was walking by their pit and I was like, you know what? Whatever, he's just a rascal. How about you? I mean, if I think about it, there's got to be a bunch of old ones like from back in the day. Like Dead Man's Walk was a regular move at a tournament, but I've never done one. So
I have never done one either.
Huh?
I have never done one either.
Yeah, it's just not something that crosses my mind. I mean, you got to be like, all right, we're gonna be losing, and then I'm gonna do this when we're losing. Like that just isn't never part of my game plan.
I remember Ron Kilborn doing them like regularly, but I don't know that like it's a game plan, right? I mean, but I do think that there are guys that are probably like, all right, that's the move, is you can do it. The problem is right now to do a Dead Man's Walk, it seems so difficult because you're almost always getting shot when you go to stand out.
Yeah, that's what I'd be afraid of. And then be like, why did you weren't
walk
shot?
Out and be like, I was trying to run it. I was trying to walk.
Like you can't, you're iced there because you get up and then you get shot, and then people are like, what are you doing? You weren't shot. And then you're not going to be like, well, I was attempting to do a Dead Man's Walk.
Yeah, and you know what? You could easily, or not easily, you could certainly get away with it today if you kind of like. So what would happen is it would have to be kind of like a low body situation, right? You can't do it with 5 guys on the field because you're for sure going to just randomly catch a ball as you're walking off, right? It would have to be like a low body situation. Like imagine if it being a 2-on-2 in like the finals or something in overtime, and you're just like you're in the corner or something, and you're like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it, and you just kind of like just walk off. The guy comes over the top.
Even for that to run through your brain when that's going on, you know?
Or like in I don't know. I think about like that Dallas minor when Brandon Cornell and Jacob had the one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Like, and you know the whole crowd's watching and they're gonna cheer as soon as someone gets shot. But if like one of them just turned around and was like put their head down, and then the crowd's like, oh, and then the person that obviously knows they're not shot, it's like, yeah, cheer, and they're walking on the field and then they get shot.
World Cup.
Hey, listen, guys, it's been great. I gotta go though.
What are you doing, dude?
I got another call I gotta be on.
No, you don't. You're
a real business call.
All right. You're a business.
Love you guys.
Later, Alex.
Hey, I'm calling it right now. Okay. Somebody. World Cup finals. It's gonna come down to a 1-on-1. Double tie, overtime, 1-on-1s, break out, exchange a little bit, and then be like, ah!
Yeah.
And then just walk like this. Imagine the gall you gotta have to do something like that. Holy smokes! Would you now? Let me just post this in the comments. Let's do okay. 2 things. I'm getting a lot of things are happening here. Post in your comments. Do you think that player should deserve the MVP of the event, the Golden Barrel, for winning it by doing a Dead Man's Walk?
For ultimate deception.
Yeah, ultimate deception. And then 2, you could definitely do it in practice. Do you think that would start some shit?
Yeah.
I'm practicing. Hey guys, just to let you know, Fran, we're gonna be practicing a couple of new moves. Right, we've got a couple of good game plans that we've thought up. So just to let you know, if things seem like they're going, a little awry, don't get mad at us.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, stop.
When you think I called myself out, just make sure, like, if you weren't paying attention, looking exactly, if I actually was calling myself
out. That's right.
Just a little disclaimer: we don't think you guys should be doing any of this.
No,
we're just having a little
fun
thought experiment.
Now,
here.
Let me interject here. If you do end up doing that, at the end in your acceptance speech, make sure you say, "This is for Spick and Span Show." Yeah. Right?
Okay.
Like after you either after you shoot all the guys and win the trophy. We don't want you guys to do it, but if you were to do it, you know what I mean? This is kind of like almost like an allegedly.
Yes. No. It was like
so if you're gonna do it
allegedly,
own
these are
yeah,
how we think would be the best way to do it.
Right. You got to represent and make sure you heard it here first on the Spick and Span Show.
Yeah, Spick and Span made me do it.
Or do we just have them go PTG? Yeah, that's right.
Oh yes, yeah, that could also be good.
Just we'll give you guys a little bit of more updates.
Wait,
on how we want
didn't Tyler want to come on the show?
Yeah, I need to set it up with him. Though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Not on this episode.
Because I asked him last week, but he had some stuff going on.
Yes.
So.
Let's get Tyler. We'll get Tyler on next week. Let's get him on next week.
You know who you could call? I think Dalton said he was free for 5 minutes if we wanted to call him, but we just talked to him the other day.
Yeah, let's call him up. Let's get him on the horn. We don't dead man's walk, but if we, yeah, it's like when there's like a crime that goes on, and you're like, well, no, I wasn't the guy who robbed the bank, but if I were to do it, this is how I would do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So at 12 o'clock, when Sally goes on her lunch break, you can kind of go in there. She talks to talk a lot and jingle her keys, and then next thing you know, getting very descriptive there. Sally works at Wells Fargo. Yeah. Anyway, Clowns vs Zombies. We touched on it a second ago. Alex might not be going, but Blake, Yosh, myself, and someone else is going. I don't know who Yosh bought the ticket for, so I'm gonna have to follow up with him. But we will be at Paintball Explosion on October 9th. If you are a Dynasty Paintball Club or Champs Club member, you get free entry as long as you buy 1 case of paint. We're gonna have our own little area. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be woods ball, big game. Not anything that you're even remotely close to interested in, but they are incredibly fun, and that one especially is really cool. They've got that Call of Duty field. Is Call of Duty still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dum Dum Paintball's here. He's watching.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a little sneak peek of what the Dum Dums have to offer. Let's get Dalton on the horn. This is a double up here.
Oh wait, I wanted to show.
Let's
Let's see. I showed you guys last week. I forgot whose speech it was, but I got another speech from Harrison Hussein, actually. That was pretty good. That I was going to show you guys. It was like a warm-up
cool.
speech that was good. But here is Mafia caught this one of Harris at this last event. It's pretty good.
Time to clock the fuck in.
Hold on. I got it, Ryan. They can hear it.
Oh, the mic's right there.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to see it.
Oh, they need to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I see.
Motherfuckers, time to clock the fuck in. Let's get to fucking work. This is what we fucking do. We fucking eat, breathe, paintball. That's all I fucking do. If you're on this fucking team, that's what you fucking do. It's time to knock them the fuck out. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. They shoot you, you shoot back. Get the fuck up. Are you motherfuckers ready? Let's go. Come on, brothers on 3. 1, 2, 3, rise. Let's go. Hey, motherfuckers.
So, I don't know. It was kind of cool. Just see some passion there. Showed a couple of those. Like, I forgot who was talking about, like, Archie's that one night at Philly was good. Obviously, that wasn't recorded, but Alex's, few, I think, at World Cup for you guys.
Yeah. Oliver's 15 documentary one. That one gives people goosebumps. Gives me goosebumps. That one was epic.
Meters. That was after
Meters
World
was
Cup.
Really good. Yeah, that was more of a reconvene, kind of like figure out what the hell is going on. It's important to have that type of player on your team. And I think we've talked about that a little bit. Like Tyler's really good at all that stuff too. It's definitely important to have an emotional leader on the team.
Oh, it was Bart's.
Bart's was good.
Bart's was
dude. He's the man. That was awesome.
A really, really good one.
Yeah. Don't be greedy. That's a life lesson right there. That's not just a lesson in paintball. But I say that all the time at our clinics. Like, and whenever we're doing coaching, it's like one of the biggest downfalls of players and teams is that you're just too greedy.
Yeah.
You don't want to play team ball, like shooting a lane. The best example of that is was it? We won. It was a Vegas event that we won. A-Rod, I think it was 2015, 2017, 16. Remember we won in Vegas. A-Rod hit the buzzer at the last couple of seconds. There was the Utah can on the Dorito side. Yosh would go there and he would just literally shoot 12, 10, 13 pods just to that entrance level into the snake.
Yeah.
Like, very seldomly do guys get into the snake. And it takes a lot of discipline to be that type of player, right? A lot of selfless paintball. You're not actively engaging. You might honestly not even shoot a guy in an entire game, or maybe you catch one guy going through the lane, but what you're doing is you're really stifling the other team's ability to move, which allows us to capitalize and put pressure on them, and it's important. Like, a lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys will shoot the lane, or like they'll be posted on the lane and be like, I'm gonna hunt, I want to do this, and it's like, dude, just do your job and don't be greedy. That's kind of what it comes down to quite a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows, like, I played on Impact for a few years, and I got to see a couple of those speeches from Bart, but it wasn't every event. So like when, I think it's really important when guys like that have a lot of influence on a team see something that's like can easily is easily being like overlooked or not executed right, when they speak up and speak from the heart and they're really fired up about it. Those are like moments where I think help you win the event, because everyone buys in right there. And maybe that's like just what they needed to go on and win the event. So it's cool when all that comes into play.
Yeah, and Mafia brought something up. Ryan said Sunday Drivers is always going to be one of his favorite pieces, written pieces about paintball. And the intro, yeah. I don't know, James. I don't know exactly who the best right now in the league of getting people fired up. Obviously, I don't have access to everybody's huddle or everybody's player, and right now I think Archie does a really good job of it. He's pretty on point. Alex has really stepped up in that position. But yeah, as far as commenting on who out there in the league is the guy on their own team, hard to say because obviously we're not on that team with them. So yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you who it's not. Dalton. Speaking of Dalton, hopefully he answers this call. There's a little bit of a delay, so hopefully he didn't see that until after the phone started ringing.
Yeah, he might be busy.
He was just commented. Or that
it might be
Johnny.
Yeah.
All right. Too busy for the Spick and Span show, huh? I guess we didn't really tell him.
Yeah, unless he was like trying to put on a costume. He's like trying to put on a costume.
Oh yeah, because last time he was like in the gym working
and
out.
We surprised him.
Yeah. But yes, so the Dum Dums paintball goes live on at 6 p.m. today. So that's something you guys are gonna want to, as soon as this show is over, jump on over there and get it. Oh, Johnny is here. Sorry, that's all right, Johnny. And then hopefully we ended up giving out a prize to somebody. I think Dalton got it handled for who won. You want to talk about that long sleeve?
Yeah, so we have this coming out.
Long sleeve.
I think some of you guys may have seen it. J-Rab wears his a lot. I think I gave one to Joe Barrett too because he won't take that thing off. But it's basically just so when you're at the field and you got to change out of your paintball gear, you're not showing everyone the family
the
beans, the goods. Yeah.
Beans.
So it's just a super extended, long, basically oversized robe essentially that you could put over your paintball gear, change out of it, and then throw your stuff back on without showing everyone what's going on. But super cozy, really comfortable, and I think J-Rab was like, I just like to wear mine around the house now. So.
Yeah, or if you guys do any kind of water sports, if you do any other activity in which you go into it and then you dirty up. Yeah. And then you need to come back out.
So I change in public.
I have one of those that is not branded as Tigerwear. That I can definitely upgrade to a nice Tigerwear one. And I use it for surfing.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I might even use one tomorrow morning. Or today. Today even. Depending on what time it is. So yeah, and everybody who's enjoying their Tigerwear hoodies, I know that you guys still have some online?
Yeah. Still some online.
Still got some
Alex
online.
rocked his last week because he said it started getting cold up there. These don't have a drop date yet, but they'll probably be within a month. So
because you have 3 colors.
Yeah, 3 or 4 colors, I believe. So.
These are these are the samples they sent out.
Yeah. Well, just so we myself both get samples, and then we kind of test them out, make sure that they wash and dry how we like to make our stuff dummy proof, and if that works out well, then we give it the okay, and then product shots, and then it's available to everyone else.
There we go. There's this is the man that you want to listen to, Kevin Yantosh. The most comfortable hoodie I own is the Tigerwear hoodie.
We go.
I can get behind that 1,000%. Even though it's too hot to wear hoodies right now. Actually, it's a nice temp in here.
Yeah.
Nice temp in here. Yeah. So it definitely. Productivity goes up when it's not incredibly hot. Not sure if you've read on RyanGreenspan.com my beanie theory, okay? But yeah, science. Don't wear a beanie when you're playing paintball. unless maybe you're planning on getting shot in the head a bunch. If that's on the ticket, then maybe yeah. We'll do that. Let's see here. Champs Club Intel session happening tomorrow. Oh yeah, the Hall of Icons. Want to talk? Finally got the last vote. Finally. I have all the votes tallied. I'm not going to share any of that information with you, but this is a project that I definitely want to get Quinn on a little bit to talk about what his thoughts are on it. I should have asked Alex. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more. But a couple of years back, several years back actually, I was talking to our good friend Tim Montresor, and we were discussing how paintball doesn't really have a real Hall of Fame. Now there is a paintball Hall of Fame. I found that out because once I started diving into this a little bit more, but the Paintball Hall of Fame is kind of an obscure, don't even know exactly who runs it kind of thing, and it's definitely there and it serves a purpose. But it's not really a Hall of Fame for like famous paintball players, as it is just kind of inducts random people throughout the history of paintball, whether they were influential or not. And so I wanted to create something we were talking about creating something for the players. So the players who paved the way for paintball, players who have been incredibly influential, who have won a tremendous amount of tournaments, and are people who are in the industry or have been in the industry for a long time, and kind of we owe to them the game of paintball. So Tim and I were talking about this in Australia a long time ago, and we both kind of deemed it a little bit, we were just kind of too busy to take on another project or whatever, and we'd get to it a little later. And then I was just kind of thinking about it over the last year, and maybe the iconic player of the year last year kind of sparked a little bit more of my interest, but I think that it was something that was incredibly important for the sport that we have never done, is to honor, just like every other league does, is honor the players who have been, I would say iconic. And I think iconic is one of the best ways to describe it, for the Hall of Fame. So again, the Hall of Fame was already taken. So I called it the Hall of Icons. And I talked with Quinn a little bit about it, about kind of lending his name to it, because I think iconic paintball is a really strong way to describe what he does and the players that we would be honoring. So I put together a list of about 75 players, about 75 or 80 players who have been, again, iconic players in the sport. Now, it's more, I don't want to call it the new age of paintball, but basically from the transition of tournament paintball out of the woods to where it is today. And the players that are on this list, guys like Bob Long are on it, the old Ironman guys, Daryl Trent, Adam Gardner, wasn't on the Ironman, but Daryl Trent, Shane Passan and Marty Bush, guys on Aftershock, All-Americans, Adam Gardner, Frank Connell, Billy Saransky, Mike Bruno, Ryan Williams, Rennick Miller, Dave Youngblood. All of those guys are on it, with people and players like Nicky Cuba, Rocky Cagnoni, Chris Lasoya, Matty Marshall's on there, Rich Telford's on there, Tom Cole, Chuck Hench, Angel Fragoza. So it's basically a culmination of players who have been around for the last 25 plus years. Some are still in the industry. Obviously, Billy Saransky is still in the industry. Adam Gardner runs Gogged. Daryl Trent kind of runs Lux. So there's iconic names in there and players who have won. And you basically have to have kind of won, and then been involved quite a bit. Bobby Vilas is on the list. Marcus Nielsen is on the list. Tim Montresor is obviously on the list. SC Village Legends are on there. Ron Kilburn's on the list. And this list isn't necessarily means that you're automatically going to get in there. Glenn Takamoto's on the list. Glenn Forster. Again, there's a lot of names that are on this list. And yes, of course, Oliver Lang is on the list as well. And basically, you have to be a retired pro, ex-pro. And you kind of have to have a winning kind of resume. Some of the guys from the old Ground Zero team, Will Arroyo's on the list. And yeah, just thought it was something that it definitely could really lend a hand to kind of help continue this legitimacy and growing paintball and stuff like that. Not sure that Jeremy Salm is on the list. he's got a little bit of a asterisk over his name. Travis Lemansky, Brian Fow, both of them are on the list from Avalanche. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's a pretty cool project that I'm working on. We were going to do something at an awards ceremony at World Cup. Originally, the World Cup, NXL was going to do this big dinner on Sunday night and sell tickets and then kind of do the award ceremony there, which I thought would be really cool. I just think it's a little too... Mario, no, he didn't make the list. Yeah, we're just trying to get... I think there was going to be a big dinner thing where you could buy tickets to, and I think that's where they would hand out the World Cup MVP trophies, the prize money, all that stuff. But I don't think that's going to happen there. So we are... I talked with Go Sports today. There's a possibility that we might do like a live induction ceremony sometime at World Cup. But yeah, we're trying to figure out a good time and place to do it. But voting is all complete. I have now the finalists, the lists. There's a 12-person selection committee from actual players themselves. There are guys that have been in the sport. I would say almost all of the people who are on the selection committee are also on the icon list. So I'm not going to give out who those are.
So wait, who has Hall of Fame or Paintball Hall of Fame?
Someone owns it. Someone in paintball has it.
Yeah.
And they
What do they do?
they induct people every year.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think let's see, Paintball Hall of Fame. There it is. Buffalo Paintball Hall of Fame. Let's see what Paintball Hall of Fame is first. So the Paintball Hall of Fame, Facebook, PB Nation Hall of Fame class. So that's in 2020. Buffalo Paintball. You think it's... Let's see. Buffalo Paintball Hall of Fame? I don't know why it would be Buffalo. Well, there you go.
Go back.
I don't think that's it.
What's the...
This one?
What's the
Glenn Palmer?
yellow pages listing there?
Oh, yellowpages.com. Paintball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas with reviews. Hold on. Let's go to the Facebook page. So yeah, this is the actual one. These are the people. So yeah, like and look, Ross, the inventor of action pursuit games, Hell Survivors, 1983. Yeah, he invented some. So the inventors and innovators are in this one. Jim Anderson inducted. He invented the short change CO2 cartridge for the Nelspot 007.
So they
Thomas
got
Gee.
a trademark or a patent on the
They've
name?
got they
Or
own it.
just
Oh,
out of respect.
Robert Rosie, he's on our list as well. He was a very iconic player from there. Let's see, Randy Kamaya Media. Yeah, there's let's see here. Rennick Miller made it. There we go. Rennick's on our list. Media for so these are the ones who just won in 2020. Jim Anderson, Rennick Miller, Dave Ruddig, Thomas Gee, Rosie. So I know 2 people on this list. So they do one posthumous induction, a promoter induction, a store field owner. So an inventor and an innovator, which is pretty cool. I think this is good. I think this is a I think this is a good one. I think this is something that that is also important to have. But again, they're putting guys in. Dude, look at Rennick. Holy smokes. But yeah, Rennick played his first game in 1983 with Gary Noblet, also a iconic player. Founded Bad Boys Toys in the late 80s, then founded Aftershock in the 90s. Just saw him last week in Chicago last week. So he's still running Badlands. So yeah, if you know who Rennick Miller is, if you came up in the Chicago area, you know who he is. So that's great. And Rosie's in there. Tim Montresor was inducted in 2021.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's definitely Glenn Palmer from Palmer Paintball. Yeah, so there's definitely the Hall of Fame. Rocky Cagnoni, it was inducted as a player in 2021. So yeah, they're definitely inducting people every year. His is gonna be a little different. We're inducting, I think, 20 players the first year, and then we'll go 15 or 10 every year thereafter. And we're gonna make a cool little jacket or some sort of memento that everybody gets.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we've got a cool thing going, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, let's go, Rocky Cagnoni. Yes, and there are European players that are on there. Laurent Hamet's on there. Alex Lundqvist. I'm not sure that Max Lundqvist was on there, but possibly he can make it into next year's list.
I mean, you guys got to add some people of those Masters division that took the US out.
Took us down. Yeah, Fred and Fabrice Halmon. I definitely think Magwed is in there. Yeah, or it is going to be in there. So yeah, there's definitely, and I wanted to get Pete Robbo Robinson. Not sure if you remember who that guy is.
I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, Robbo's dope. That guy's rad. Kind of like Mouse. A bald version of Mouse. So yeah, there's definitely players from all over the world who are eligible to be inducted, and we're kind of working on the kinks and getting it kind of headed out. So yeah, it's gonna be called the Hall of Icons, and we should be you should be hearing a little bit more about it, how to support it, how to find information about it once we get the website up and going. I think we got a logo already.
Nice.
And like I said, all of the voting is in, so I have all of the winners. I just got to see what the final vote was. It's let's see here. Oh, yep, got it. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, great. Yep, definitely par for the course.
Nice.
There we go. Good. So yeah, we got our finalists, and everybody's done. So hopefully I can get their sizes without letting them know. I'm gonna kind of eyeball the sizes, and because I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
I also don't want people who are on the list that get wind of it that didn't make it to get mad. So Ag Spam, he is not.
But if you don't win this year, you can
always win next year. You know, and then this is so
like, it'll happen in some way. I think for a lot of
for a majority of those players. I think for a majority of the players that something will happen. And yes, Sean, I believe we might be partnering with Hormesis to get something very cool and unique in the hands of all of the winners. So yeah, look for that. I'm really excited about the project. Quinn is helping me, and I'm also getting some design help from Committed Paintball and the Boston Paintball guys as far as that goes.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, exciting. So yeah. Well, what do we say? Let me see if Dalton's called back because I have my phone on silent. He is not. Oh, sorry, the kiddos got soccer. Yeah. And those of you who are waiting for my signature series force, the anodizing has just been finished. I have been watching every step in the anodizing process. So thank you, Philip Middleton, for letting me know. But it looks like all the guns are shipping out today. They're finished and they're boxed up. So all of my signature series forces will be online at Field One Paintball as soon as they arrive. I would say they arrive at the end of this week. That gives Alex start warming up those fingers. Got to put some O-rings on those camshafts, those bolt doohickeys. And we're gonna get those things going. So stoked on that. Oh, did you guys tally up the points on this? The whole double points at World Cup is great for everybody except for the last place team and the first place team. And as a matter of fact, this Latin Saints and DMG thing could go horribly wrong. Because let's see, last place. Let's say one right there. They got 1 point. Because you only get 1 point there. So I think, DMG might still be out of this. DMG needs to do really well to get above Latin Saints on this one. Because see, you get 1 point for 20th place. So it would put them, say, at 270, 268. So they would need 82 points, which is equivalent to a 12th place finish. 88. So they need if DMG gets 12th place and Latin Saints get last, Latin Saints is relegated.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. Because it's double points. Yeah, they need to, if they take, let's see, 18th place right here is 50 points. 54. No, if they need to take 17th place. If DMG takes 17th place, nope, that won't work. You have to take 16th place. If DMG takes 16th place and Latin Saints lose, then I believe DMG does not get relegated. Because you get double points for World Cup.
Yeah.
We're kind of jumping around here a lot, huh? You get double points. So that also kind of hoses us, but we're just going to win the event, so not going to worry about it at all. So let's who should we give away a Hormesis headband?
I think so.
What else do we got? Anything else? Should we open these?
I think we should save them.
Nah.
There's some stuff in here, some shirts. Then you want to give away that?
Oh yeah, this is. Oh yeah. Are there any coaches? Let me before I give away this next gift that my lovely fiance got me as a gift for coaching. Are there any people here watching that are coaches? Vegas Venom.
I think that gift would go well to someone who might kind of want it.
Anybody.
Not anybody.
One size fits all. Didn't you hear? Okay, so we're going to be giving away a megaphone on today's episode. Brought to you by Camille and thinking that I needed one of these things to bring with me while I coach at events in my clinics. So I'm just going to throw this thing in my gear bag and bring it to the field when I coach. Thank you, babe. I really appreciate the thought. But here's a megaphone bullhorn, which actually has a lot of great uses, and I even thought about keeping it, but
you don't have enough space in your bag for that box?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is, no, I don't have enough, but I'm sure you can kind of like break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. Let's get an air horn for this thing. So, really cool for Team USA guys today, or Hormesis Stars and Stripes Band. Yeah, Stars and Stripes Band, that'd be a cool one. That's a no for me. Kids might get a hold of it. Yeah, and these jerseys are rad. These USA jerseys are awesome. They came out really, really nice. You can go to teamusapaintball.com, I believe it is, and you can grab one of my jerseys, Marcelo's jerseys, or pretty much anybody's in there that you'd like. Just gonna... I'll let you get the first bite.
Okay. I just feel like this is a cheap effort to do eating terrible things.
No.
I mean, those are all good, and these aren't going to be that bad. Dried shrimp.
They're not going to be good? They're not going to be bad, you think?
I mean, they're unedible. They're not good, but they're not, like, gross. It's just like...
Oh, I can smell it.
I smell it. I'm eating it. You can't even eat these.
Oh my god. It's like cardboard.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be...
Maybe they're expired.
Ingredients: dried shrimp. Huh. Contains shrimp. Yeah, how are you supposed to eat these things?
I don't know.
And Brent, yes, we still have... We have the... Oh, that was great. It's like gum. I'm not following that. I think it was worth it. You guys think it was worth it? I think you need to put these things in like a soup or something.
They would actually probably be good in soup.
Yeah, they need to like get a little bit of yeah. Shout out to Ag Spam. Let's give you an air horn. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. I'm gonna jump over here and give you guys. Let's give you guys the. Let's see here. The wheel. Let's give away a couple things here. So I'm gonna spin the wheel right now. I'm gonna go. Let me get a pen. How you doing? Is that bad? Are they stuck in your teeth?
No, I had to use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go headband.
I have a there's a Impact polo I have here.
Okay. Okay.
Some might want a little Impact logo on the side.
And
you guys that like to golf, Under Armour golf polo out here. It's actually pretty comfortable.
Okay.
Purple is not really my color.
That's a J-Rab. That's a J-Rab move right there. So, should we just give away the megaphone right now?
To somebody that wants it. A bunch of people said they don't want it.
Really? People said I don't want that?
Yeah.
No way. Someone's getting the megaphone right now. You're gonna love it.
There's a couple people I think we should just pick someone that wants it.
Huh. Rusty Shackelford wants it.
It wasn't that bad. The little dried shrimp wasn't that bad. I had to use the bathroom, so it was like a good excuse to
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's getting a megaphone right now. There's a very good chance they're not even here, and they're just going to get it in the mail, and it's going to say courtesy of Matt King. There we go. Congrats, Matt King. How about this? We'll one-up it here for Mr. Matt King. Okay? We're going to sign the box. A whole deal. It's going to get he's going to get some Outlaw Gold in it. These are good. These things are really nice. Macadamia corn crunch. Yeah. Enjoy, Maddie. How about, let's see if I have Matt King's address. How about this? Matt King, you won a megaphone and a headband. I'll give you a Hormesis headband too. How about that? Headband and a megaphone. That makes it better, right? Mm-hmm. Is that okay? Is that all right with everybody? All right, I'm going to spin the wheel right now. We're going to give away 3 more. Let's give 3 more headbands. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's go. 3 more headbands. This is to all members right now. Everybody who's a supporter of the show, you're on the list right here. Logan Hess. Okay, congrats to Logan Hess. We're going to give away another headband right now. 2 more headbands. Then I'm going to give away the Impact Pillow and a medium shirt kit.
Impact Pillow.
Isn't that a pillowcase?
Polo.
Oh, polo. I thought you said, hey, Brian.
Well, it's funny because, I have that Impact
I know,
pillow
I know.
that Todd gave me a long time ago. And I was
That's
like,
what I thought it was.
You're not giving that away. That was a one-of-a-kind gem there.
When you said polo, I was like, what?
I was like, you stole that thing in my room?
Let's go. I'm giving away your pillow. Chris Dosa, congratulations. And then Impact Polo shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Polo. What's that? What?
Medium.
Oh, it's a medium?
We got this big bag of stuff, too. And I don't know. I put these in here because they were just laying here. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
PB Vic. We've also got next week. I'm also going to do a mega support status member spin as well. So that way, you guys have an even better chance to possibly win. So I'm going to pull you guys up here in a second. Look at that. We got a couple more members here. So let me get you guys, let me get Wayne on Mr. 1345 on the mega list. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Would any of you guys out there like maybe 100 to 10,000 flies that are here in San Diego?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of 100, we've got $100 for the mega winners, courtesy of Matrix Gear Paintball. And we have 2 $50 gift cards for Matrix here. So $200 total going out today for Matrix
John
here.
Padilla, I see that you've been saying that you sent me something in the mail, but I don't have anything in the mail, so I don't know how I'm supposed to respond.
And Brent, we still do Cutthroat, and maybe we'll do 1 Cutthroat for a headband. We've had mixed reviews for Cutthroat, even though we explain how Cutthroat works. Some people don't really like Cutthroat, mainly because if they're the ones who won and then they're not here. It's a very, very touchy subject. So we're going to talk a little bit about the possibility of running a Cutthroat today. But I'm going to give away 3 Hormesis headbands right now.
We can't do good prizes for a Cutthroat anymore.
That's
Too
what
many
it is.
complaints.
Too many complaints. Too many complaints. Even though, yeah, we got to keep everybody happy. We still like Cutthroat. Man, there's still a lot of people who want to do Cutthroat. All right, we'll do Cutthroat again. Screw it. We're doing Cutthroat.
We should have done Cutthroat for the megaphone.
Oh, that would have been good. What else do we have? We can do Cutthroat for Ed, man. Yeah, we can do it. First of all, I'm going to spin the wheel right now for the Super Mega Support Status members. Okay. Yeah, I know. Complaining about free stuff. So the first winner is Dyna4570Y, Dynasty. Okay. DYN457Y. And then, let's spin it again. Oops, I can't make this thing big. Hold on. I'll make it big here in a second. Have a thing here. And then another headband going to David Reed. Oh, yeah. All right.
Nice.
Okay. What do we got? And then another headband. Let's go. Actually, I don't know why I wasn't pulling these things up on the main screen. Let's go, main screen. Here we go. Brought to you by Hormesis Paintball, Mr. K Chung. Oh, and then K Chung, and let's go for $100. How about $100? Oh, the paintball booth, dude. Mr. Booth coming big. Won the gun a couple weeks ago, and just got $100. Dude, you can buy some squeegees and all sorts of stuff. What else do you get? What's
like
up?
half of a loader.
Half of a loader. You can get
almost a tank. Maybe
almost
a bottle
tank.
without the reg.
Hey, yeah. Speaking of a tank, I've got this tank here. I need to get rid of this thing. I feel like I should give this thing away.
What's wrong with it?
Well, underneath all this tape is an unhydroed bottle, I believe.
And you want to give that away?
Well, you can hydro it. Do I throw it in the trash? What do you guys think? What do I do with
a
this?
liability on you.
Okay, maybe I'm not going to give this thing away. I'll throw this in the trash.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's just do this. All right. Well, there is a reg, so
I think you could maybe
I can give the reg.
give it to someone, but just not announce it on.
I'm not giving that thing away. If you get it, it wasn't for me. I can't be held responsible for this tank. I believe it was out of hydro when I traded Fran for it about a long time ago. Is it over 15 years old? Nah, it's probably like 8, maybe 10. It's pretty old. So I don't know. Okay, Mr. Paintball Booth. Okay, let's do a cutthroat. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, we're gonna do. This is how the cutthroat's gonna work
Guys,
on this one.
we have to throw the tank away.
Yeah, the tank's in the trash. Tank's in the trash, guys.
But we'll potentially give something away that
Yeah, this rag
looks just like that same tank.
No, it's in the trash. You're right. Let's just get rid of it.
Okay.
It's gone. It's a goner. It's
All
a
right.
goner. It's You're right. It could blow up at any time. There's already big chunks taken out of it. What's everybody saying?
Everyone just really wanted it. Oh yeah, maybe we could just do like a release form.
What are we gonna make a release form?
Yeah, you just write it on a piece of paper and then someone signs it and then you're good.
It's a goner. It's gonna be Steve Segovia, big lag. Okay, so here's how it works. Once we see it on the screen, okay, and everybody starts commenting, is when we'll start the countdown. And the wheel, once it starts spinning again, that's how much time you have.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, because I can see. I got the live over here. I got the live here, and I got the lag here.
Wait, what are we giving away?
Oh, we're gonna give away a headband. Yeah, totally. I like it.
All right.
All right. Look, it's gonna be fine. We've given away 6. This will be the 7th headband. So you had 6 chances before this.
Yeah.
You don't seem very. Okay, Churro. Good call getting in there on the last second. I'm gonna put Churro. Churro. Oh, Churro. What up, dude? He won a headband at the summer camp. All right, here we go. All bets are in. We are spinning right now. This is for a headband. Where's the display capture? And we're
Easy. You're asking how do you play this? You're playing it already.
Yeah, BZ, you're already in it. James Ali. Here we go.
Going once. Going twice.
And James BZ. Oh wait, no, James Ali. All right, BZ. Yeah, BZ. Once you jumped on, I put your name on top of here. So basically, once it starts spinning, if you call it out before the next names. All right, Brian Alirez. Let's go.
And if you guys say here now before you see your name, and then you don't say here when it shows your name,
doesn't count.
So,
all right,
you guys can
Brian,
save the here.
Brian Alieri. I don't see him. I am Brian. Up the pooper. Okay, and the next one is Simo. Simo.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Simo.
No, I've never seen a Simo. Congrats, Simo. Yeah, guys, you don't say here right now. That's not the part of the game. That's not how the game works. So stop saying here.
You might forget. You might forget too.
Simo is it? Here cut. Stop saying here, guys. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more spins on this wheel. Simo. Nope. Guys, stop saying here. Dennis. Aki, no. Wayne, you already won. Oh, no.
Dennis, one twice.
Okay, Dennis, nope. Okay, this is the last one here. Present, no, Churro, that's not how it works. Okay, after this, we're going to go to the Ralph Rates. Ralph Rates going once. Ralph Rates going twice. Ralph Rates. Okay, we're going to be moving over to the Mega Support Status wheel, which is certainly a smaller wheel. So hopefully we're going to have better success on this one. Less people on this one.
He's here.
Who?
Ralph Rates.
Oh! Oh, yo!
Boom.
Hey, you know what's
You know what? I almost said too. I have faith. I think he's in here.
Dude, you know what's great about him is he didn't even say here.
He just said, yo.
Yo! All right. Ralph Rates coming in at the last second right when we were about to...
See if you're patient.
Yeah.
Things will come to you.
Okay, Ralph. Ralph. Make sure I have your address, Ralph.
Congrats, brother.
Ralph Rates. All right. Mr. Ralph Rates, make sure I have your address. Just so, also, everybody who just joined, everybody who's already a subscriber, a member of the channel, make sure that we have your addresses so that way we can send you guys your prizes just in case you're not here. Like, for instance, Logan Hess, Brian Bassick, Chris Dosa, Matt King, PB Vic, DYN457Y, David Reed, K Chung, Ralph Rates, and Paintball Booth. Make sure, Paintball Booth, I have your address and I need your email address. Make sure I have all that information so that way if you're not here, you can still win. There's a ton of unclaimed gifts and goodies. And just because I was about to spin the Mega Wheel, I'm going to spin the Mega Wheel one more time and I'm going to give someone else $50. So also, all Mega Support Status members, we're going to start shipping out a gift for you. We got some cool stuff. Hey, Brent Listovka.
Wow.
Brent. Big winner. All right. $50 coming your way. Courtesy
you
of...
submit the info to us via Instagram message.
I'd say Instagram is probably the best. Facebook gets caught the least amount. If you're doing it on Twitter, best of luck to you. You can also email me directly. But please, if you can remember what your screen name is. So Churro with 3 O's and 18 might not get to you if I put that on the package down in Mexico. I'm not here, but I am. So yeah, just because, your name might be in your description, I don't always know. Like Derek Weagle, that's Derek Weagle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Misadventures with Kyle, not sure which is your first name, but I'm assuming your name is Kyle.
It's Kyle Armstrong. Kyle won last week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Derek Boy 333, not sure. But best chances to do it is send us your screen name along with your first name and stuff like that. Also, if you haven't received any of your prizes, especially if they're gift cards, I need your email address. And if you haven't received your gift card, check your spam folder. That's a lot of times where they are hiding. Yeah, verbal. Could be anybody. Could be anybody. So yeah, make sure that we have all that info, and then keep your popcorn. Get your popcorn ready. Get your macadamia nut popcorn ready because the Dum Dums are releasing their video in T-minus 20 minutes.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be like give or take a little more, a little less. Could start before 6, so have to go over there. Do you want to send here? I think I have their.
Oh, their thing. No, but Johnny, if you're in here, do you want to pop in all the info on where they can find the Dum Dums Paintball channel? I think they're doing pretty well right now. Paintball Dum Dum. Right there. Oh wait, no. Dum Dum Paintball YouTube. Where are we at? Wow, 1,100 subscribers. Let's go.
Look at that.
All right, we're gonna be putting.
I'll throw the link in here.
Okay. They're doing great. And also, if you guys, Mafia, you just released a Mafia, you just released a video on your channel. Is that correct? Go over there and check them out. Yeah, 11,000 views on their first video. Let's go. Dude, that blows out the Spick and Span show every time.
Wow.
I know it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to stand by to see if we can get any gloves to give away to you guys. I know they're one size fits all. I'll give away this reg next week. We've got some other stuff that we've got in the kitty giveaway. You want to try one of these cherries?
Sure.
Yeah. I think these things are really sour. Shout out again to Maui Rockstars, Jesse Poston, for hooking it up with these things. With all this, we got like 2 boxes full of stuff. Oh, not sour at all. These are all right.
Yeah. Not terrible, but
Not great either. Oh. And we actually already looked at the blue pullover. That'll be available online soon.
yeah, Chris, I'm not taking that thing off. There's a mannequin under there. Arms are gonna fall all over the place.
Oh man.
Well, I'll have more to show. Maybe next week too. I'll show you guys the other colors.
I'm not into those at all.
When it cools down, maybe I'll just wear it.
These are also. I think we're gonna throw these things in with the megaphone. Matt King's getting hooked up. You're gonna get some of these cherries if you want. Maybe we'll throw in those shrimp.
Yeah, throw the shrimp in there.
Can't let it go to waste. The cloak. There we go. That's what you should call it.
The cloak. Yeah.
Dude, great work. All right, guys. Thank you. Quick quality content of Kyle and Ryan eating food. Yeah, if you guys have not already caught any of the other eating terrible things challenges that we've done, we have a compilation of those on YouTube. Not nearly as successful in the view count as the Dum Dum paintball video, but fun nonetheless. We've eaten some pretty lousy stuff. So, how or what getting hooked up?
No, it's like a terry cloth.
Not too sure. Hey, every Garcia, shout out. Welcome to the show, my man. Okay, everybody, thank you guys so very much for all your support. The show is going great. We're getting better every week. This one was like a flawless. This is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
This is great.
Good stream.
Huh? Gave away a bunch of stuff. No hiccups. Talked about some cool things. I feel like you guys really got a good one out of this one.
Yeah.
Huh? Someone won a megaphone? Come on.
A bunch of
You know
headbands.
what I mean? Megaphone. Top gift. Top gift of the show so far.
Yeah.
All right? I know people have bought guns, but come on, a megaphone?
And it's
Talk to me.
made by someone
Kyle.
that
Right.
rhymes with my name.
Yeah. Right?
So what a great gift.
Yeah.
We just need a Sharpie.
Yeah, we'll
just
just-
change that to a K.
Change that to a K. That's the
Yeah.
Kyle megaphone.
Yeah.
Here we go. Watch this. Here we go.
There you go.
Kyle.
Boom.
Who names their company Pile, by
What
the
a
way?
personal
What a
gift
personal
from me.
touch. Yeah.
to you guys.
Here we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to catch you Tuesday next week. We'll try to get Tyler Harmon on the horn. And have a
Don't
great...
forget to go over and check out that new Dum Dums video
That's right.
showing right after this.
And then for everybody who is a Champions Club member, we'll see you guys on the Intel session live tomorrow. You can check out more about the Champions Club and the Paintball Club at dynastypaintball.com and support all the show sponsors and just have a great week. All right? Just have a great week.
Till next week.
Let's